Good morning, Shem Stars. Welcome to class. Hope you all are fine. Today we start with our fourth chapter of book 2, and the name of the chapter is Change and Development in Rural Society. Today we cover following topics: rural way of life, agrarian structures, and type of land holding. India society is primarily a rural society. The majority of India's people live in rural areas, approximately 67%. Land is also the most important form of property. But land is not just a means of production, nor just a form of property. Nor is agriculture just a form of livelihood, it is also a way of life. Many of our cultural practices and patterns can be traced to our agrarian backgrounds. Indian society is predominantly rural society, though it is fast changing into urban society. Even today, more than 60% people live in the villages. No wonder India is called the land of villages. According to the 2011 census, 63.3% of the total population of India, or 742 lakh people, live in the villages and are associated with agriculture and agricultural professions. There are 638,596 villages in India. They make their living from agriculture or related occupation. This means that agricultural land is the most important productive resource for a great many Indians. Now, what is a rural community? Rural community is a simple group of people dependent on agriculture. It is a group of mutually related or unrelated people that is intimately connected with each other. These people live in close proximity of each other in a planned or unplanned manner. For example, the festivals celebrated all over India are associated with agriculture. Whether it is Onam in Kerala or Baisakhi in Punjab, the new year begins with the harvesting of crops. There is a close relationship between agriculture and culture in India. At the same time, there are vast differences in the methods of agriculture and types of cultivation in different parts of the country. On the other hand, there is a common link between them too, which is the rural way of life. It is important to know who is called a peasant before we understand the concept of agrarian society, because it is the peasant who form the agrarian society. According to the Chambers 20th Century Dictionary, a peasant is the worker who is rural, a villager whose occupation is rural work, and an agrarian class is that which consists of peasants or the villagers who till the land. The term agrarian structure is often used to refer to the structure of distribution of land holdings. This is important because agricultural land is the most important productive resource in rural areas. The land possessed by a person determines his role in the process of agricultural production. Now, types of land holdings. Medium and large landowners can earn large income from cultivation when the weather is favorable. They have own land and they were earlier known as zamindars. Next, we have medium landowners and small landowners. Agricultural laborers are usually paid below the minimum wages and earn very little. Not only their income is low, it is not assured either. Most agricultural laborers are daily wages earners and remain out of work for many days in a year. Now we talk about marginal landowners. These, along with small families, grow just enough for consumption of their family and do not have enough land to get surplus to sell in the market. They own only that much of profit that they can satisfy their family needs only. They can't able to sell it in the market. Next we have landless landowner. They have no land of their own and they work for others. Means they work on others' land. They are not the owner of the land. Then we have tenants. They take land on rent and give the landowner a share of the profit. Same as we have the tenants in our houses also. We give them the room and they pay for that. Same as for the agricultural land also, they take land on rent and give the landowner a share of the profit. They too have low incomes and often pay 75% of the income as rent to the landowners. Small landowners and tenants are caught in the grip of debt and money lenders. Thus, the agrarian society is defined by its class structure. At the same time, it is structured through the caste system in rural areas. The entire Indian society can be divided into, we can say, first Indian society, then subparts urban society and rural society, and there are subparts of rural society also, that is tribal society and agrarian society. That's it for today's session. In tomorrow class, we will continue with the caste system, dominant caste versus landowner and land tenure system in India. Thank you, Shamstars. You can drop your queries on the Google Classroom. Take care. Goodbye.